Hello everybody, this is CJ Wiley with more adventures on the road. This edition is going out to my friends at Sneaky Pete Mafia. I'm going to talk about a few things that I think will help you with your pool game. You know, they say pool is, 80 or 90% mental, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think the physical part is the toughest. But there are mental things that add to that category that I really never, counted before. And that is the philosophy of the game. Because when you talk about consistency, many players, including yourself, I'm sure, have consistency issues at times. And it's frustrating because one night you'll go in or day and you'll play really, really good. It's like everything clicks and you're making the shots and you feel comfortable and confident and you win. But then the next night, you just can't wait to get in there again. You screw your stick together and you get up and it just doesn't click that night. Something's off. And to be consistent, you have to be able to identify which of those moving parts that you're using is off and needs to be addressed. Because if you have a bunch of moving parts, there's no way you can really identify them. What I've done is broken everything down into 4 moving parts. And the foundation, just like with any structure, is the feet and the footwork. And then it goes up. So in a lot of respects, if you've talked to anybody that takes lessons from me and got serious results, they'll tell you that a lot of what I taught them was the opposite of what they had grown to believe, through word of mouth and listening to videos and other, players' opinions and stuff like that. It's just that, it's the same with golf. Hank Haney, who was Tiger Woods' coach, became a good friend of mine, and he was teaching me the golf swing. And the first thing that he told me was, CJ, all the magazine articles and all the tips and stuff that you've heard through the years? And I was like, yeah, Hank, there's been a lot of them. He said, I need you to put all those up on a shelf. He says, you're welcome to take them down at any time, but put them up on the shelf for a while, because what I'm going to teach you is totally different than that. And now, it didn't take me long to figure out that he was correct in golf, and it's the same thing in pool. And, condensing down the moving parts is extremely important. I'm just going to go over one thing right now, and I'm probably going to make a series of these, so I'll get more and more advanced, or I'll touch on different subjects. But one of the things I see being the root cause of being inconsistent is there's 2 ways to line up on a cue. Either you put the cue on your hip line or your right foot line, and you go to the cue, meaning your eyes go to the cue, or you get your eyes on the line. Your right foot, I use the right ankle bone, is still on the line. Your chest is perfectly on the line. And then you basically just make a movement with your left foot, push your hips back, and it makes your head go down on that line the whole time. So the 2 rules of thumb are, you go to the cue or the cue comes to you. If you've ever shot a pistol before, it's the same thing with a pistol. If you put that pistol right up in front, out of the center of your chest, you can see exactly where that target is and connect to it. See, that's the key, is you connect to it so you can almost feel that bullet hitting the center of the target. And in pool, you can feel that object ball hitting the center of the pocket. So there's a great correlation there. And if you don't shoot a pistol, it's the same like throwing a dart. You don't want to put the dart over to the right of your eyes and go over and throw it. You want to bring the dart to you. So you can go to the dart, or the dart can come to you. So that's the same thing as pool as well. Shooting a basketball, same thing. If you're shooting a free throw, you want to get your feet in position, you want to face the target, and then you want to bring the ball to your vision center. You wouldn't put the ball up and put your vision center over to the ball, but that's what a lot of people are doing playing pool, and you're probably doing it to some extent yourself. First thing you got to do is be honest with yourself and stand up. The best way I can tell you to do it is get up where you feel like you're behind the line of the shot, like on a straight-in shot. Put the cue in the center of your chest, going straight out, so that your eyes can use that as a reference. And then you can see if you're on the line of the shot or to the left of it, if you're a right-handed player. Right-handed players tend to stand 3 to 5 inches too far to the left. Now, the reason they do that is because the right hip gets in the way if they don't. So they would rather not be on the line and then make up that 3 inches going down on the ball than to learn how to get that hip out of the way so that you can go straight down on the ball. And that's where it takes, one lesson with me will show how to do it. Plus, I have some training devices now, the SuperStance and Stroke Trainer. You can find those at masteringpocketbilliards.com. But what they do is they show you exactly how to stand, because the body positions that you make going down to the shot are all dictated on your feet angles. Your left foot controls the angles of the left side of your body. The right foot controls the angles of the right side of your body. So one of the main things I look at when I'm evaluating a pool player is I look at their feet to see what position they're in. That tells me pretty much where their body has to be. And it has to be, unless they've got an abnormal body, if they got 3 arms or something like that. But every human body is the same as far as just the structure of it, So I look at the feet, I know where the body is, then I look at where their hands are. And I look at how that matches up, and I know pretty much instantly how many moving parts they have to make to get into position every time. And the more moving parts they have, the less likely they can do it. So when you're watching the champion players, you'll notice they get up, they get everything in front of them, and they just make a movement. They step with their left foot, push their hips back, and go straight down to the shot. And it's the same every time. Because if you're going to be a great player, and you have to be consistent. And being consistent is doing the same thing every time. And like I said, you have to do it from the feet up. That's the easiest way to learn how to be a great player. Now, if you just want to be a really good player, you can learn from the top down and learn all the table stuff. And you can still play well, but you're going to have lots of ups and downs. And you're going to hit a level that you will not be able to get better. I have people come to me, they say they've been playing the last 10 years, 2 or 3 hours a day, and have not got better. Man, that's a shame. I would never be able to do that. I admire them and respect them for having the passion to hang in there, because they just love to play the game. But I guarantee everybody loves it more when you play better. And the better you play, it's just like synergistic, and then it becomes like a musical instrument when you're just showing your creativity. But to be able to do that, just like playing the piano, you got to know how to get your hands on the keys, you got to know the body position, and it's the same in pool. So anyway, that's some of my thoughts on consistency. I've got several others. You can hear my other YouTube videos on my YouTube channel and at cjwiley.com if you're interested in my fundamental systems and techniques. Till next time, this is CJ. Hope you're doing well, and I'll talk with you soon.